Hi everyone and welcome back to the Bodcast. It's episode 63 and I am here and Ian is also here.
Yep, I'm here.
And for some reason today we've decided to record sat on the floor in our living room because we were too lazy to go to the Lego room. Just a bit of context for you in case you hear us fall asleep or something, I don't know. It's not overly comfy.
Well, I'm not too bad.
Yeah, you're a fan of lying on the floor, or sitting on the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I quite like a chair.
So picky.
I know. Anyway.
When your fancy chair
Fancy
ways.
chairs, yeah, I know, it's funny. So today we are going to do like a general catch-up of all things Lego news, I feel.
Yeah.
Because I've been away in Dublin, so we didn't do a episode last week during the week because
we had
pre-recorded. So this is just a quick roundup of all the things that have been happening. So I guess we could probably touch on the Dublin Store first, given that I have now been and I'm back and I've seen it and I know more stuff. What should I tell you? What would you like to know about the Dublin Store, Ian?
Was it worth going?
Was it worth going all the way to Dublin just to see a brand new Lego store? It's a good question. And I would say no, but yes.
No, but yes.
No, but yes. So I think if you're just a random person going all the way to Dublin just to see the Lego store, then no.
Right.
If you have people that you're going to meet up with at the Lego store, then yes.
Okay.
If you have friends in Dublin that you're also going to spend some time with and see, then yes.
Right.
I mean, I had a fantastic time. I caught up with Si. It was really lovely to meet Si and Lorraine. Caught up with Greg again, which was nice, if a little loud. And got to spend some time with them as a group. We went out for a nice pizza. It was good fun. It was nice to sort of experience the atmosphere of a brand new opening of a store, and especially one in a country where they'd never had one before.
Yeah.
I think that made a difference as well. But then at the same time, I missed quite a bit of that atmosphere because I didn't want to miss my breakfast at the hotel. Because, you know, food actually comes first.
Yeah.
For me, like I do love Lego, but I also really love food.
Okay.
And yeah, it was just lovely to spend some time with some old friends. And have a bit of time kid-free and Ian-free.
What?
No, I think I would have preferred it if you were there as well.
Well, obviously. I'm amazing.
Well, because we share an interest in Lego, so going to it together would have been really nice. And we could have hung out and looked at things and made decisions about what to buy and things together.
Right, okay.
If you're interested in what I bought, then check out yesterday's Brick Haul, where you can see all of the things I bought, and also a quick sneak peek around the store as well. And you'll probably, if you've seen that video, already have heard like what I think of the store. But I think that's the thing, going all the way to a flagship store, so if they're opening one sort of lesser square level, then I think no matter who you are, that's actually worth going to.
Right.
Because
but Dublin isn't on that scale.
Dublin is not the same sort of scale. It is the very first store in Ireland, therefore it's like one up from just a normal Lego store that's opening.
Yeah.
But it's not as grand. It's quite a small store. It does have at least some of the custom stuff, location-wise, which you don't get in most stores. So like the Southampton store has nothing Southampton-y in it. So it's nice to see that sort of level of customisation. But
so if they open a new store somewhere, how would you know which style it's going to be? I mean, so like our local store is just a generic store. There's nothing Southampton specific about it at all. So you've got that's one end of the scale. You've got Leicester Square's the other end of the scale. Dublin somewhere in the middle. Yeah. They open a new store somewhere. How do you know where on the scale it fits?
I guess you don't. Or maybe they'll advertise it. So I think someone was saying there's going to be a new one in Hamburg, and that's if they refer to it as a flagship store for the country, then you probably can work it out from that.
But surely they'd have said that for the Dublin one.
Well, it has to be the flagship because it's the only one. So I think that's where you work it out. So if they were to open a second Ireland store, maybe it would be less exciting.
Right.
But then
But that still only gives you... So flagship is, say, Dublin or better. So if it's not a flagship one, you don't bother going. But you said just going for the Dublin Lego store opening wouldn't have been worth it. So how do you know whether the one in Hamburg would be worth it on?
Yeah, I don't.
No. I mean, I know with the one in Oh, which one is it? The one in Canada. Is it Erdington?
Edmonton.
Edmonton? That's the
It's
one.
Erdington.
Sorry.
Making up places.
Yeah, I am making up places.
Let's go to Erdington.
Okay.
Is that where they all go, ooh?
Yep.
Okay.
I know
And
that
ding.
Brixie had, like, got shots showing that there were
Big
big
builds.
sculptures in there.
Yeah, so I guess if you can see it and sort of get some sort of sneak peek, then you'll know.
Yeah.
But the Grafton Street one, the Dublin Store, was pretty much boarded up. I don't think you could really see inside.
No.
People who'd got sneak peeks of the Leicester Square one, so they knew that it was like the Aston Martin in there. But I don't know how they managed that.
Again, we're relying on leaks and rumours.
Yeah, that's the Lego way.
It is.
But yeah, it was worth going for because it was a lovely little holiday, and as far as I'm concerned, I've been to a Lego store, so that part wasn't the most exciting part.
Yeah.
But meeting up with all the people, that was the bit for me.
Yeah.
And getting the opportunity to get the gift with purchases and things, that's quite cool as well.
Yeah.
So, and a stamp. It's always worth it for the stamp and the Lego book.
And you got a couple of tiles, so you could always sell those and then make back most of the cost of the trip.
Sell both of them.
Yeah.
No, I want one. I'm going to start collecting them. That's why I'm going to go to every single Lego store opening from now on.
Oh dear.
I've started a new collection. It's not good, is it?
No.
So, that was Dublin. Any other questions you got about Dublin?
Did you see any sharks?
I didn't see any sharks.
Because you weren't watching out for them.
I didn't think it was a real issue, if I'm honest. I saw some leprechauns.
Okay.
Not real ones.
You sure?
I'm pretty sure I didn't see any real leprechauns. And I saw green post boxes. But that's probably about it.
Okay. So what else did you want to talk about? What other news?
So, whilst I was away, the Lighthouse dropped.
Yes.
Both unofficially and officially.
Yes.
So, there was the leak, followed by the reveal by actual Lego.
Yeah.
So, was there any fun stuff about the leak?
We'd already talked about the leak, hadn't we?
No, we talked about it while we were away. Oh, no, did it leak maybe London Calling last week? Yeah. So it was before I'd gone. Did it leak in the spectacular fashion? It didn't really, did it? It was just someone's got an image.
Yeah.
So it wasn't someone accidentally sent it to the wrong people.
I don't believe so.
No, okay, so that's an improvement. Now, between the leak and the official reveal, there was a lot of hoo-ha. That's a great word, by the way. Hoo-ha! About whether it was motorised or not. And everyone was very upset if it wasn't motorised. Yes. But then as soon as it was motorised and people knew the price, everyone was very upset.
Very upset, yeah.
So...
almost like Lego couldn't win there, could they?
Pretty much Lego cannot win.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think the thing that confused people is, so obviously in the original submission, the Lighthouse Tower was essentially solid.
Right.
And so you tied the motor in that and then just have the light attached at the top spinning round on it.
Yeah.
Whereas in the actual set, that's not how they've done it. So each floor in the tower, there's a very small scene. And then to power it, what they've actually done is the motor goes in the bottom, and then there's an axle, or a series of axles, that run all the way up the one side.
Right.
That then connects the power. And then I think the cable for the light runs up the other side.
Okay.
I think. It's hard to tell, because I've only seen a few pictures. And
you haven't looked at reviews yet?
No.
There are official reviews out there.
Yeah.
I always like to avoid them. I don't like the, let's do it ourselves.
Yeah. But anyway, I think, so they've done a really good job of hiding the motor, essentially, and therefore from the leak, it wasn't entirely obvious it was there.
Yeah.
To be fair, even in the official release, I found it weird. There was no mention of it including a motor.
Yeah.
There was the video, but if you're not someone who watches videos...
Yeah.
All you've got are the pictures and the text, and nothing in there said that there was a motor, and that was really confusing.
That's great advertising.
Yeah, because it mentions that there's a light included.
Yes, and it didn't say light brick, it said light. So I think that was also a giveaway that there was something different about it.
Yeah.
So they've designed a completely new piece for the light, haven't they? That's like it's a something lens. What's the official name?
Oh, I don't know. Fancy lens.
No, it's got a name. Let's be smarter. Don't huff and puff while I Google. It's a Fresnel lens.
A Fresnel lens.
Fresnel lens.
So that uses the mirror... Is it mirror stickers?
Maybe.
In order to kind of focus and amplify the light in the one direction. So yeah, so we think it's just the... Well, someone was saying they think it's just the standard light that you can get at the moment. I think it might be a longer version.
Okay.
Just because... So you have a light in the cottage and a light at the top.
Oh, do you?
And I'm not sure the current light has a big enough span to do that.
Right.
It might do. Or it might be that they've brought out a slightly longer length of cable.
It'd be interesting to see. But I personally feel the set looks beautiful. And there's been a lot of debate about, is it worth the money? Would you recommend it to a friend, kind of thing?
Yeah.
And if I was talking to someone about what set should they get to display in their house, I would definitely recommend this over Assembly Square. Assembly Square is a modular that gets you into city building. This is a display piece.
Yeah.
That you can put on a coffee table in the corner of a room and people will be like, cool lighthouse.
Yeah, I think that's the thing, isn't it? That because I think... Is it because Assembly Square is the same price or Assembly Square will be the same price?
Yeah, I've lost track of what price Assembly Square is now, given that we have it. And we've had it since it came out. All the price increases and changes, we just don't pay attention to them because we don't need to.
Again, this is something that's confusing a lot of things, is people are then talking about other sets and saying, oh, well, this set costs this much and the Lighthouse is this much and that's much better value. But some of the sets people are using to compare with are either retiring soon, so therefore they're going to be cheaper because they're at the end of their life, or their price is going to go up in September, so you need to compare the new price, which we don't necessarily know because, rumours again.
So, as a parent, one of the things they tell you will steal your joy is comparison. Looking at your child and comparing it to another will completely ruin your joy in your own child. It's the same with Lego. You take a Lego set, stop comparing it to other Lego sets. Look at it and go, do I think that I will get £300 worth of enjoyment, or it's 260, isn't it, or something, out of this set? Is it worth that money to me? Not, is it as good as this other set that costs the same? You can't compare. I mean,
it's slightly different because you are spending money. It's not like you're going out and buying children.
Don't buy children, people.
No.
That's not allowed.
That is.
They are expensive, but free to get, expensive to maintain.
But so if you've got £300 and you're working out what to spend it on, you're obviously going to compare sets.
Yeah.
Because you've only got that much money to spend.
Yes. So you would choose the one you want to buy most. But you wouldn't go, right, I like that one best. Those other two aren't worth the money. You just go, I'm choosing to spend my money on that one. Those are still on my wish list for when I find myself rolling in cash again.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, some people have complained that, they'd prefer that it didn't come with the motors.
I mean, we would prefer it didn't come
We would prefer because we will be switching out the motors for different motors because we don't like the Lego ones.
Oh, it's not that we don't like the Lego ones. Let me say that again without yawning. It's not that we don't like the Lego ones, but it's that...
The way we've got our interactive city, it doesn't work.
We need the Bluetooth functionality and the smaller, style of motor and the cheaper motor. It's that as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, if it had come with the Bluetooth powered up box, then I could probably have made that work.
So the Bluetooth powered up box, is that the one that's in the Disney train?
Yes.
So could we just swap it out for that then?
Possibly.
Okay. Just as a suggestion for not having to buy more motors.
Yeah.
So you're saying we can work with the Lego motors if we wanted to?
I'm saying I could probably rig something up to make it work.
Okay. But the people who buy it and want it to be motorised and find that it's not in the set will find that annoying.
Yeah.
So you can't please everyone. It's the same that we had with the Hogwarts train.
It has to, they could have not included the motor.
Yeah.
But to not include the light would have been ridiculous. And so if you've got the light in, then you need the battery box in. So, yes, I can't remember how much the price breakdown is. got a feeling the battery box is about 30 quid, the light is 10, and then the motor's about 20.
Right.
Depending on which motor it is. So taking out the motor would have brought down the price a little bit, but
You'd still have
then
the
it would
cost.
seem a very expensive thing just to have a light.
Yeah. And also, it was sold as a motorised lighthouse. It came through the ideas as a motorised one. So you kind of feel that's screwing over the guy whoever it is that designed it. Because that's not...
Guy?
I don't know. I just assume it is for some reason.
The majority of Lego ideas are designed by men because the majority of Lego fans are men. But I can't remember the Lighthouse.
I might go back and research actually how many Lego Ideas projects have been females.
Okay.
Do you think there'll be any?
There are definitely some.
For a later episode.
Sure, let's not do it now.
No, that's probably best. Okay. Carry on.
Yeah, so I think it had to come with the motor. The motors, we've talked about Lego motors before, they are very expensive. And so that is kind of the problem. People who don't want the motors would prefer not to have the motors and have the price reduced. Those people who want the motors would probably still want the price reduced.
Yeah. Everyone wants the price reduced. And we're getting to the point where the prices are about to go up. This is the last week. There's loads of articles coming out saying, watch out for the price increases.
Yeah.
So I think if you've not bought your Lego by now, then you're probably just accepting the price increases or you've stopped.
Yeah.
Stopped buying Lego altogether. I don't know. I think I bought a few sets based on one of the lists. But we're going to get hit by the price increases inevitably. There's not much we can do about it. So, c'est la vie.
I mean, so obviously our problem with the Lighthouse is that where we want it to go is in the eaves of the Lego room.
Yeah, and it's very children.
It may not fit there.
Yeah, so we were expecting it to be the original scale of not minifig. And therefore it could look like it's sort of off in the distance or something. That would have worked.
Yeah.
Now it's not.
Yeah.
But it is
We
beautiful.
might be able to make it work.
I hope so,
might be able to reduce the height slightly.
I really love it. I think it looks beautiful. I think it's stunning. Stunning, stunning, stunning. I was less keen from the leaked images, if I'm honest, because they didn't show that other side. As soon as you saw that cottage, I think that really makes it look nicer to me, having that detail on the other side.
Yeah.
So that's an example of a leak that's not done it any favours.
No.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and that was a bad leak, I would say. But yeah, it's on my list of things I would definitely want.
Cool. Not day one, because day one purchases are crazy unless you've got stupid amounts of money to throw about. So,
which we don't.
No. But it could be an A-full day purchase, which means getting it very soon after release.
Yeah, because it comes out the week before A-full day.
Yeah.
Which is always handy.
So then the other news we've had, or the major news we've had, is that the Viking city town thingy-mabob from the Target.
The Target Ideas round.
Yeah.
Has won.
This was 3 of the submissions from the last round of ideas.
I don't know if it was the last round. There was the golf coursey one.
Yeah.
I
thought it was the last one.
I don't know.
As in the last one that was announced.
Maybe.
So
what was the third option?
I don't remember at all. Oh, was it the sea creatures in the little domes?
Yes, it was, yeah.
So those were basically put to a public vote, and whichever got the most votes would turn into a Lego Ideas set, and in the US that will be exclusively sold through Target.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's exclusively through Target.
And not Lego stores.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or... because a lot of the time when they do an exclusive deal, it's you can buy it from Lego or from one other shop.
Yeah.
But then there have been things like the Toys R Us sets, which you could only buy through Toys R Us.
Yeah, that's true.
But so elsewhere in the world, it will be available through Lego.com.
It looks like a good set. Obviously, we have no idea what they're going to turn it into.
No.
My key question around it is the designer being compensated the same way that they would have been if it had been an ideas pick?
I would like to think so.
Yeah, I would like to think
because
so. But how do you find out?
Picked, it has essentially been picked by Lego to turn into a set. So that's part of the thing. Obviously, if you know the designer, you'll be able to find out that way. I don't know who the designer of it was. I wasn't at all surprised that's one that won.
It was the best of the three.
Yes, I quite liked the mini golf one because that would actually fit into the city a lot better. That the Viking one does look like the better set, the more impressive set. It's going to be the more expensive set.
It's the one we voted for, so
yeah.
Because you've forgotten your ID on Lego Ideas.
I've not forgotten my ID. I know what my ID is. It doesn't let me in.
Well, that's me.
And Lego support went, yeah.
So they were really
helpful. I probably could.
So, I'm quite excited about seeing that one. Are we going to get it?
Probably. I don't know what we'd do with it, but I'm sure we could make something work.
We could put it next to our Venetian houses, which I have no idea where to put in.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Just a collection of things we have no idea where we're putting them. So, it is interesting that I don't know what they did to decide which ones would go into the vote.
Yeah, we like these three still. Let's just put them in.
Yeah. I guess they avoided anything with IP because that makes it more complicated because...
They then have to get someone involved with the IP, the licensing and stuff,
And they have to do that before one gets chosen, and so then they'd have, up to 3 companies that they're discussing IP with when only one of them's actually going to go through.
Yeah.
I'm assuming with a normal Lego idea set, they work out which ones they want, and then they go after the IP, and if they can't get the IP, then that set just doesn't make it through.
Yeah.
As opposed to trying to get the IP for all of them and then going, well, no, that one's rubbish, we're not going to do it.
That would be a stupid way to do it.
It would, but this is Lego.
I think it's nice, though, to see more of the non-IP ones going through, because Ideas seems to have been going down the route of IP. Sounds like I really need the toilet, doesn't it?
It does.
IP. And some of the original sets don't really make it through anymore. So having the Bricklink designer and this target round is getting more of those sets on our tables, which is nice.
Yes. I think some people got confused and thought that the target system was going to be like the Bricklink designer one.
Oh, what, like crowdsourced?
So...
Or Kickstarter.
It would be very similar to the actual submission, and it wouldn't...
Right.
It wouldn't go through the Lego process.
But it is going
to be. It's going to be a normal Lego set.
And another idea set.
Yeah.
But just exclusive to Target. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Last bit of news that I think we haven't touched on yet is the ability is coming back, because it used to be a thing, to buy new pieces via the Bricks and Pieces program.
You mean recently added pieces?
Recently added, yeah. Not
all the pieces you buy through Bits and Pieces.
No, they just go around people's houses and buy bulk lots and then they separate it all out and sell it on. No, that's not what they do. To buy recently released parts.
Yeah.
So that's something we used to be able to do, and it was quite a quick turnaround.
Yeah.
Now it's...
It used to be almost as soon as the set came out.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't that long after, yeah. So you'd be looking January 1st, they would be there sometime in January, I would say.
And I think part of that was because the system that you used for buying pieces was the same system you used for requesting missing pieces.
So that's why.
So they kind of had to be there in case someone got the set and had a missing piece and needed to put in the request for it. I don't know how that works anymore.
It must work still.
Yeah. But are they now 2 separate systems?
Possibly.
So, yeah.
So... It's not Bricks and Pieces, it's Pick-a-Brick, isn't it? That's the new official name, just so as not to confuse people. So apparently the intention going forward is for new pieces, or recently added parts and stuff, to take about 4 months to get onto that. So that's not great, but it's better than nothing. And then that's like a rolling 4 months, so if then you get some new ones in January, you'll get them by April. February, you get them by May, etc., etc. It's not you have to wait every 4 months. There's new stuff. It's there will be new stuff every month.
Right.
Apparently, elements like printed pieces and animals might take longer.
Right.
So because they're slightly more specialised. And the warehouse that's processing the orders will also be getting a increase in staff. So that should hopefully reduce some of the backlog that they've seen as well. Because since they merged it with the intention of making it better, it didn't get any better.
It got
10 times worse. Yeah. They had to stop it completely at one point because there was such a backlog.
Yeah.
And the prices all seemed to go up, and it just generally seemed harder to find the things that were there a second ago. And so that's the thing, I think people were annoyed about this very first one, because those first ones that are going to be released that we're excited about, actually we could have bought 4 months ago.
Yes.
Before the thing went live, because they were on the old service and then they just took them all away. So it's unclear to me why they did that. Like, why did they have them available and then not have them available for the new service?
I don't know.
Probably someone just missed some roads on a spreadsheet, right?
Who knows? As I said, it could be, on the old system they needed to be there because missing pieces, you needed to be able to find them. And the intention was always with the new system that they wouldn't be there straight away to encourage people to buy the sets.
I guess.
To encourage higher prices through Bricklink, which is Lego get a cut of.
Get a cut of that.
You know, I don't know why they've done it.
It is frustrating. You can definitely get pieces straight away on Bricks and Pieces. The missing functionality, because I did it with the Grimald Place set where we were missing a 1x5. That came like a week later.
But was that a new element?
I see your point. So, I guess 1x5s were probably already out, so maybe not.
Yeah, it depends, because it's a fairly recent
1x5
piece,
is quite
and then
new.
the colour, it was black, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So it wasn't an unusual colour.
No.
So.
But still, yay for being able to add those pieces back in, because specifically the one that I think you'll be looking for is those, the little bobbly hair pieces in yellow that came in one of the city sets.
Yeah.
Because you quite like using those under the sea.
Yes.
And so getting some of those would be good.
Be interesting. I need to check out whether the octopus that came in Ariel's Underwater Palace, whether the parts for that will be available. Because that's quite a cute little octopus to have in there.
But because it's a licensed set, you're not sure.
Yeah.
But it's not like it's a specific...
Yeah.
It is just a generic octopus. It's not a famous octopus from the movie. So you would hope it would be available.
They're weird. Sometimes some bits go in and some don't. Like Oscar the Grouch's head was available, despite the fact that that's quite clearly based on a character.
Yeah, it does seem weird. Like the octopus, would it matter whether it had eyes or not? Could you just use the shape?
You could maybe just use the shape, but the eyes make it look cute.
Okay.
Just stick on googly eyes.
Yeah, stick on googly eyes or just paint them on. How do you feel about painting Lego?
I don't know.
So, specifically with this Ariel's Underwater Palace, Adora Builds did a video of comparing it to the old Ariel's Underwater Palace, and she had all these different coloured mermaids, and I was like, they are so cool, we need those. And then it turned out she painted them. Yeah. And since I've seen that, I can't get that idea out of my head. I really want a purple mermaid. Do I just wait for that to come out from Lego?
I don't know.
Yeah, sorry. I couldn't not. I had to tell you how excited I was about the purple mermaid. And
I know.
To be unable to get it makes me sad. I think the more I play with Lego, the more I want to be less pure about my Lego play. Because I want things. So I really want that. I'm not prepared to wait. But, maybe I'll just wait.
Okay.
Painting's a lot of effort, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah. Right. So that's been the general roundup of news. Any other news that you had? There was quite a lot of news.
It was quite a long episode.
Sorry, people.
I'm sure you can edit out the boring bits.
There's never boring bits.
Okay.
Apart from that bit where you... No, I was going to make up something boring, but you didn't do anything boring. I was going to make up some sort of lie. No, we tend to not edit out much because that's a lot of effort. Right. Anyway, let us know in the comments somewhere, your thoughts on all of the recent news. If there's a bit of news that we've missed and you want us to discuss, if there's anything you want us to discuss, let us know. Also, if you want to listen to previous podcasts, then they are all available on YouTube in a playlist, which I'll link up in the description or the show notes or a little card at the end, because that's what I do. And we'll catch you next week. Bye.
Bye.
You went to say bye, and then I was like, I'm not going to say it. I'm going to make you take a breath in and then Hold it. Wow.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.